Hi, my name is Kathy Riley, and I'm a 7th and 8th grade teacher at St. James School. And when I teach order of operations, I like to be able to give a reason why they work instead of just giving the rules. This is an example that would allow the students to see that it does matter what you would do first. I asked them to write an expression that would signify the number of dots on the dice. And then after I do that, I'm going to ask them to simplify left to right. The first expression that hopefully they'll come up with is 3, that's the 3 dots on this die, plus 2 times 3. I talk about this as being an array, so 2 times 3. The next expression comes up as 3 plus 3 times 2. You can represent this die as 3 times 2. Another expression that would work would be 2 times 3, this die, plus 3. And the fourth one would be 3 times 2 plus 3. And the students should all agree that these would be a representation of the dots on the dice. Then I ask them to forget their order of operations and simply simplify left to right. These are the answers the class would come up with. This leads into a nice discussion of which are the correct answers, obviously, the 2 on the right, and why are they the right answers? Because they've followed the order of operations, which is your multiplication first. That's the way I like to start the lesson for order of operations, and then we jump right in. Our first slide is the age-old, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It's very important as the students get more advanced in mathematics to draw attention to some of the built-in confusions of this phrase. The first one is the please. Please is having you remember that it's for parentheses. But as we know, it's not just parentheses, it's all grouping symbols. It could be brackets, as in this case right here. It could be the large fraction bar, which is in this case right here. They may, if they just purely followed the order of operations, they would want to divide before they added, but that's why we consider this a grouping symbol. So it would be the 5 plus 1 first and then divided by 3. And even in some cases, the exponent itself could be considered a type of grouping symbol. They must figure out the 2 plus 4 before they can simplify. The common mistake is to assume that the parentheses, as in a problem like this, would have to become first. These parentheses are signifying multiplication, not as a grouping symbol. So that's something to call attention to. The second word is excuse, and that helps the students remember that exponents would be next that they would be considering doing. So please remember that 3 to the second power, or 3 squared, means 3 times 3. As you know, the common mistake is 3 times 2 and having that be equal to 6. The next slide is the most common mistake that I think shows up, especially in the younger grades. My dear must always be presented together. The multiplication and division are to be solved going left to right. So as I show in the common mistake, the 4 divided by 2 is completed before the times 4. Most of the children want to jump in and get the multiplication done first, and that is not the case. And the Aunt Sally also sticks together, and that's your addition and subtraction, and that is also left to right. Common mistake is to reach in and do the 2 plus 5. Time to practice. The best order of operation, let me get to the spot, show task bar, got it. The best order of operation worksheets that I've seen comes from a wonderful website called Math Drills. And here it is. Okay, as we are heading down to our order of operations, you can just see all of the wonderful options for worksheets. And the other nice part about this is there's several versions of each topic, and the answer sheet comes right below it. So on the right-hand side, we're going to head down to our order of operation worksheets. And look at all the different types of choices we have. The first one is the order of operations with positive integers, all operations and exponents. We can also choose from positive and negative integers, all operation and exponents. This is actually, let me show you right here. This is where the parentheses might show up that are not a grouping parenthesis, but actually it is keeping the negative separate from the positive numbers. So that might be a place that the students think that a parenthesis has to be done first. So that's a great discussion right there. But as you can see, you can pick from several, and the answers are all friendly. Here's our answer sheet, and there's no tough fractions. You get nice clean answers, 1s and 10s. I usually tell the kids what the range is on the worksheet. So between a -12 and a 4, and then they'll know if they're on the right track. And one last thing that is a fun exercise, and it helps with the writing across the curriculum, is to assign a writing assignment that asks the students to let you know what Aunt Sally did that she needed to be excused for. So that might be a fun little exercise for them. I hope this helps, and that's it.